Oh my fripping god. What the hell is this? Oh my, I'm just astonished. It's got to be Darkside. It's got to be Darkside. Oh my god. And I mean, look around it as well. Wow. It's rare to see Darkside Bluey. That can't be for real. Nah. Made in China. Thank you, China. That's a wild one. I'll tell you, that's frippin' wild. And look at this. A Lightning McQueen El Faco as well. But this is the one I'm going to get. This is the keeper. I'm going to give you a visual clue of where I purchased this. It was $15. There was a lot of stuff there. There was a much bigger Thomas than this one. I was too scared to ask how much it was. I just wanted this one because I think it's a great example of just how dark the dark side can get. A lot of people ask me, Leo, why don't you do dark side videos anymore? Well, I'll give you a little story here. They get seen as kids videos sometimes, and other times they get seen as adult videos. So while YouTube stuff me around and don't know what they're doing, sadly I've got to keep away from this style of video. It's as simple as that. That is if you've watched this far into this video. Most people have dived out of the video really fast. And strangely, and this is really sad and this is the truth, I would struggle to buy a Thomas item at the shopping centre where I'm at, where I purchased this. But that story is very delayed because, well, let's just say I've had a lot of technical issues. There's the tag on the knockoff Thomas, and what I noticed initially was a lot of SpongeBob stuff. Very unusual to see the Bluey stuff there, I tell you. Very hard to find knockoff Bluey stuff. And maybe Bluey's protecting their patch, but I tell you what, Thomas and Friends has been fairly lackluster in protecting their patch for many years. Back in 2018, I did a Google review about this same shopping centre, and I was pissed off about the dark side products that I saw creeping into retailers there. It seems to come and go, and it annoys me when I see mainly pop-up stores selling stuff that really shouldn't be inside a premium retail environment. I also get pissed off when you go in there on a hot summer's day and it's actually hotter inside the shopping centre than it is outside. That really pisses me off. I've got this video coming up and it's a complicated one. It's a story that is astonishing and it's caught me by surprise, but I've captured the moment when I saw Thomas stock evaporating, would be a nice word, from my local shopping mall. And in a strange way, I sort of captured that by the Where's Thomas video, especially when I look at the toy sales inside supermarkets and places like that. But this video of me capturing the time when Thomas was disappearing from my local shopping mall has been smashed because of that studio display failure, and that was the video that I was working on when the display went poofo. Oh crap! Luckily for me, a lot of the Thomas fandom who've grown up with Thomas are now adults. Did you hear that, YouTube? I hope you did. I said the word adult. Oh, start shaking. That sounds scary. And I want them to tell me what's going on, where you live. Don't be too detailed exactly where you live, but just say generally what country you're in, or maybe you can say an area of a country, and tell me what Thomas stock is going on in your part of town. Because I can tell you this, where I live, there's Sweet FA. One of the retailers where I saw the Thomas stock disappear had a history of Thomas toys going right back to the Erdl Thomas toys. And one of the last Thomas toys I saw on the shelves there back in February of 2024 was All Engines Go Toby. And little did I know that was one of the last times that the shelves there would be stocked with new stock. I was semi-excited because I grabbed 2 Tobys that day, and then when I took them home I thought to myself, it's weird. Why are they bringing Toby back? I remember years back, maybe 2017 era, I was in a store and I made a point of showing how many Tobys were peg sitters. We've got to try and get Toby selling because he's a peg sitter. What would you do to Toby to make him really, really cool? And maybe when I get this video, which is a complicated one, together, we're going to start to ask ourselves, how could Toby re-energize and reinvigorate a franchise that seems to be failing bad? It's a complicated video, and maybe your focused comments on what I've just said could be featured in this video, because I think it's always nice to hear what other people have to say about what's going on. And I think when I hear from people who really understand the fandom,
And these are people who can count rivets and tell you how many lumps of coal are on each engine. I think these sorts of people have the keys to the kingdom to make things right. Because as far as I can see, from what's been going on, Thomas and Friends is digging themselves a grave that's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And before we go, let's never forget Teddy.